Hey, Mike, I wanted to ask you just what you've learned about using the PureHitt and what results you've found. So how have you learned best to use it and kind of what results you found about it?
Well, the first three I topped. And so very quickly, obviously you came and gave me the guidance to shift my setup so that I could take advantage of the fact that this is not a real golf club, right? It's got, instead of the ball absorbing the impact, the club's absorbing some. So there's a little bit of like just trial and error, learning how to stand and use it. But once you figure that out, I mean, the biggest problem I've been having lately is tempo. Coincidentally, I was talking with my coach the other day, and after 3 years, we've kind of figured out my swing plane, but it's the tempo that gets me every single time. It's the difference between me shooting in the low 70s and me shooting in the high 80s. Because if I get my tempo wrong, if my back's a little stiff, whatever it may be, my swing's gonna go off to the right every single time. And so very quickly with this, it just forces you to keep tempo. And it forces you to slow it down because I have an extra stiff shaft. I'm not used to whippiness. I'm not used to an extra heavy head. And so as I go back, you can't accelerate past the club, and it just forces you to kind of get into a nice rhythm. And this is the thing I always talk about with Jason as well, is the irony of golf is the slower you try and swing, the further the ball goes, because you line up everything in your body and you get the power where it's supposed to come from, which is your legs, and not trying to whip your arms around. And so I've probably been here for 30 minutes. The first 3 were topped. Then the next 10 were half swings, trying to get just the feel of it. And the last 10 were full swing, extending my range of motion. Because I usually, just because of my swing, I usually have stopped here. Just because I find if I go further, I get out of sync.
Like most people.
And so just with this, I was testing to go further and further and further, and it kept me on plane the whole way through, and I started actually hitting it straight with the full swing, which frankly I've never done in my entire life.
Right, and then so that getability, you're able to verify it, yeah. And that moved to your other clubs. What do you find as far as the impact of results of moving from this now and hitting your other clubs?
So if I immediately switch, the clubs feel way lighter. So it takes me a second to just kind of get back and realize I'm not swinging a heavier thing.
Yeah, times just to get
get your rhythm back, and then it's night and day. I mean, because it feels lighter, you're not feeling like you're forcing the backswing. You're just kind of rocking smoothly, and the balls, frankly, went straighter. And yeah, the ball flight was nice too, because I was hitting a little bit higher on the center. My driver has a sweet spot just above the center to hit a little bit trampoline. And I hit it 2 out of the 3 times. And usually, I mean, I'm sure if I hit more, it'd be a higher percentage too, but it's not usually something I hit.
Yeah, ball flight distance looked great.
Thank you.
Nice job with that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I would say the higher handicap people are going to get a lot of value out of this very quickly, because the hardest part about learning how to golf is getting the swing plane correct, and this helps fix that immediately. Yeah. The ones that are lower and actually already have a good swing plane, they're working within a margin of error that they need. It's a tolerance that's so low, and this exposes that miss.
Yes.
Like, it's not forgiving at all intentionally. And so I'm a mid-handicap, I'm an 8. And so for me, I'm right in between needing to fix the swing plane as well as knowing when I'm just off so that I can make the adjustments to correct.
That's great. Thank you, Mike.